Hi, this is King of Review. In this problem, we're asked to find the smallest value for n, where n is a natural number, and we're given this equation here, matrix A to the power of n equals E. We're given matrix A, and we're told that E is an identity matrix. So that means that E is the matrix 1, 0, 0, 1. So an identity matrix has ones in the main diagonal and then zeros everywhere else. So this is the identity matrix. So let's take a look at if we have A squared. What would A squared be equal to? So A squared is just A times itself. So this equals 0, 1, negative 1, 0 times itself. 0, 1, negative 1, 0. So what we want to do is multiply these two matrices together. The product of two matrices is defined as long as the number of columns in the first matrix is equal to the number of rows in the second matrix. So this is a 2 by 2 and the same thing, a 2 by 2 over here. Because these two numbers are the same, we are allowed to multiply them together. So let's work out the math for that. When you multiply two matrices together, you're going to multiply corresponding entries in the first row of the first matrix times the entries in the first column of the second matrix and add those two products together. So what do we have for our first entry? Our first entry is going to be 0 times 0 plus 1 times negative 1. So we have 0 times 0 plus 1 times negative 1. That's how we set up the first entry. Now we're going to follow in the same fashion for the remaining entries. The next entry is negative 1 times 0 plus 0 times a negative 1. Moving over to the second column, we have 0 times 1 plus 1 times 0. And our last entry is going to be negative 1 times 1 plus 0 times 0. So now let's simplify our entries. So 0 times 0 plus 1 times negative 1, this gives us negative 1. Negative 1 times 0 plus 0 times negative 1, this gives us a 0. And the remaining entries here, this one will give us 0. And the last entry, negative 1 times 1 plus 0 times 0, this gives us a negative 1. So again, we're trying to find which natural number here gives us E, which is this identity matrix here. So what do we have here? We have negative 1, 0, 0, negative 1. That is not the same as this identity matrix, but this is equal to negative E. So negative 1 times the identity matrix, because these are not 1, but they're negative 1. So what we found was negative E. So now let's try A to the fourth power. So we want to try a 4 for this value of n. This is the same thing as A squared times A squared. Now we found out what A squared was here. A squared we found to be this matrix here, which is negative E, or negative 1 times the identity matrix. So we have negative E times itself, negative E. This is equal to negative E squared, and this gives us E. So E is this identity matrix here, which is 1, 0, 0, 1. So we found that the smallest number for n was 4. So n is equal to 4. And this is the final answer. Thanks for watching.